Welcome back to the Hit Factor podcast. I am your transient and temporary host, Saul Allen, and I am joined by Katon and Kelsey, who just shot the Practical Competition Shooting League Two-Gun Nationals last week in Utah. Is that all
Hell yeah,
correct? All
that's
right.
correct.
So
You
what's
nailed
I
it.
have forgotten the acronym for PCS League.
yes, Practical Competition Shooting League.
Mm.
I looked it up. I did my homework. Have either of you shot sanctioned PCSL matches before?
I have shot
Nope.
one, and it was at a range where it was PCC and pistol, and we didn't have any like rifles. So this was like the first formal like actual two-gun uh big boy rifle PCSL match that I've shot.
And
And
this
this was
was
my
your
first
first.
one entirely.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And
just
I know
flat out.
obviously both of you shoot USPSA.
Yeah.
hmm
So what, just start from the top with Kelsey, what did your prep look like for this as opposed to going to shoot a USPSA major match?
My prep work was a whole 150 rounds of rifle 4 days before because that's how we roll. Um, Familiar with the competition setup, and I was pleased to see that when we got there, PCSL was very similar to USPSA in how they set it up, and kind of the flow of the stages in the match. But yeah, this was one of those years where I had intended to get around to it much earlier, simply didn't because life happened, and so we're swimming in the deep end. Why the hell not?
And how was that experience essentially coming in cold? 150 rounds to refamiliarize yourself with the rifle and then just doing it live.
Um, it was highly entertaining, honestly. Would I recommend that somebody do PCSL Nats for their first competition? No. Am I glad I did it? Yes. It was, Kate and I were talking in the car on the way down of like, cool, we're going in this, we're just gonna be fun, it's gonna be great, like no expectations, and both of us had the experience of like three stages in, like, oh, there were some expectations. We need to
Oops.
move those down a little bit. Um, but truly, like it was so fun and so I really enjoyed the challenge. I haven't been challenged in just like straight up stage plans since I got into USPSA like this. And so it was fun to kind of see what I could do with my experience with USPSA, with stage plans, um, you know, fall back on my skills with the pistol, whatever my performance with the rifle was, cool, whatever. I know that I haven't practiced that. But it was really neat to see the whole flow of it, even going in cold and not terribly well prepared. But yeah, very glad I did it.
And Katon, you were going to train for this match. It was sort of on your radar a year ago, and then life also happened.
Yeah, that that is correct. Yeah, I built a pair of rifles for Kelsey and I to shoot the match with. I think they were done in like April-ish,
Yeah, something
and
like
I was
that.
planning on shooting those a bunch before this, and life happens, and we got a lot less practice than I wanted to put into it. And I think that like overall the rifle shooting, there were definitely instances where I was very conscious during my stage execution, very reactive shooting, or or just like this is predictive. Like this section is just going to be predictive, and like whatever the hits are, it's what happens, and we're just gonna see what happens because like I I don't have that. I didn't figure it out before this, so we'll figure it out now. Um, it was definitely much less comfortable doing it that way than what I'm used to shooting at USPSA because it's like that's my primary game. But I think that like the combination of the two was extremely fun.
hmm
And oh
So
my
you're
god,
both going
like
back next year.
stages. Oh, for sure. I am going back
Hell
next
yeah.
year. But like to echo Kelsey's comment, the fucking stages were extremely challenging for me. That was a takeaway that I had during my first like official air quotes, well, not really air quotes, but like official PCSL match, but like with the PCC and the pistol, where it was like a really long stage. Like I had effectively two stage plans that you execute back to back, and you have to do like you plan your pistol part and then you plan your rifle part, and that is a lot more of a mental load than I was used to doing. Especially if you account for like the practice that the training that I've been focusing on for USPSA this year, which is like exclusively like visualization and rehearsal for the stage planning and execution. Like very little like hard skill development. All the mental and uh, what do you call it? All the mental aspects of like shooting or executing a stage plan. Yeah, I cannot do that at PCSL at a PCSL stage when it's like that long. I just don't have the memory for it. I don't have the brain yet. That was
So you're
a
talking about
shocking
40,
challenge.
50-second stages that
Yeah,
with
if
50
you shoot
plus
them well, they're
rounds
Easily.
like 40 seconds,
required.
and if you do it bad, then you're longer.
And in your defense, the sheer volume of training you've done with pistol versus rifle would let you, if we put together a 70 round pistol stage, it would let you sort of sequence it and scaffold it in ways that would probably be a lot more comfortable
Yeah,
as opposed to negotiating you know, two different guns within
yeah,
the same stage.
and like just the mechanics of like transitioning firearms safely between like a dump box, a slung rifle or pistol, like doing the way PCSL handles reholstering pistols on the clock in like a stage mandated way, is that they'll often have like a drop mag target or something like that, where it's like
DMT,
you
yeah.
drop your magazine and you fire the round that's in your chamber at the target, and if you hit it, great, you get points, and if you don't, like you get a miss, whatever. And then
But
you
at
have
that point, the
everyone
gun's
agrees you have
empty.
an empty gun, you can holster it or sling it, whatever you want. That's no longer like a 180 safety conscious thing. But like navigating all of those like gun handling, gun transition manipulations was like a ton of like load to my stage planning process that that made the whole like to shoot these things, go over here, shoot these things, swap guns, shoot these things, whatever. Like the whole swap guns part was just like suddenly a huge deal because if you did it wrong, like there's a gun pointed the wrong direction.
And the format was 4 stages a day with like a demo stage thrown in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's how they broke it up. I think they had one block where there were a couple of like short stages, so there might have been five that
yeah.
day. But yeah.
And you had one pistol only and one rifle only stage.
Hmm.
Did you guys both clean up on the pistol?
It
No.
was our third day.
It was
I
stage
was so
one of
mentally
day
tired.
3. I was smoked, and I
Yep.
didn't forget any targets,
Yep.
but man, I did not shoot that the way I planned to in my head. I was the theme for like the entire match.
Yeah. Yeah. A whole lot of whoops, that didn't go right. Okay, let's figure that out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oops.
So I know a variety of people who came into PCSL with a 3 gun background, where sort of this very long sequencing is just part of their competitive DNA. But I also saw there were a number of people who maybe shot this match last year or shot this match for the first time. Was there a sense that a significant number of the competitors were kind of in the same boat, or did you just feel like, wow, we are shockingly underprepared?
We ended up with a really good squad, who were all, I think we had three of them who placed in the top like 12, 15.
Yeah, we
Um,
squatted with Tony
so
Mazza and his friends,
yeah.
so
So
no surprises.
we're a little skewed in our evaluation based on the squad, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think like generally the makeup of the people at that match were there was like a healthy amount of like the three gunners that like have a whole lot of that discipline, and then there was also like a healthy amount of like USPSA uh, focused shooters who were like in a similar boat to us, but hard to make an assessment on like how prepared they were relative to their skill level. So I'm not familiar
they
with
may have
most of the
spent a
people
couple.
there.
They may have spent a couple of months actually training for PCSL
Yeah,
to do PCSL.
or
What
like
is that?
if they put in the same amount of effort I did, they're Mason Lane, and so like a couple of sessions is like more than enough.
So the shooting itself, did that feel like, hey, this transfers over well enough?
I've personally, I felt like the skills that I had with pistol, I can see how they will transfer. And I could see very easy ways where I can be like, oh, if I just practice this, like that'll be low-hanging fruit. That'll be great. Um, so lots of ability to improve. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the other, I felt like I performed where like it's kind of like the baseline of my pistol skills. Like the stuff that is just automatic, I was able to execute that. And then the pistol or the rifle was just like, what the hell? Like, let's see what happens. And so, but like really cool to see where I can improve. And our little practice session that Katon and I did beforehand, it was like, oh no, this is gonna be fun. Like I
Uh-oh.
can see the challenge here. This is gonna be a lot of fun to like improve here.
Yeah, it was funny watching your stages. It's like as soon as you shot like two stages, it was really obvious like what you were most comfortable with. Like you transition away from the rifle and like your splits like halved.
Yes.
So, what's the balance of skills required? Like, if
What do
you
you
were going
mean?
to categorize it. So, that's a terrible question, apparently. There's more where that came from.
Good, I
So
love it. I can't wait.
if you think about a USPSA stage, like the sort of the balance of skills, like we could categorize them relatively quickly.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
would be efficiency, and the efficiency would bias towards shooting things as soon as they're available and sort of leaving targets as soon as possible. Um, and typically at most USPSA matches, the sort of technical requirements of hitting things are relatively low. And
Hmm.
so we make it hard on ourselves. Was the vibe for PCSL two gun nats that you were making it hard on yourself, or were there technically challenging shots where you lack the confidence that, hey, absent this context, I would just be stacking up alphas.
Hmm.
I think that
And if
the
so, did that balance change between pistol and rifle?
I think that the challenges that PCS this match specifically um, demanded of you were relatively on par with how a USPSA match would set things up specifically for pistol. A lot of the targets aren't overly difficult to shoot. I think that like almost almost everyone at the match could hit every target given a little bit of time and they bring enough ammo on their belt. The thing that I saw most frequently regarding like technical competency or like hard skill demand was rifle shooting outside of um, 70 yards. Anything beyond 70
Hmm.
yards would be like a piece of steel, and because the bays weren't like super large, um, anything that was like inside 100 yards, they would scale down to be like a half size target, or they'll have like a 4-inch piece of steel or something like that. So like the shooting is still challenging even if it's not like super far distance. And the rifle for me was the most like technically demanding. But like as far as skills tested, the technicality is I'm kind of blending like how I want to shoot USPSA matches and like what you are actually asked to do. Because I'm used to doing like highly choreographed um, stage plans where like the angle of my torso coming into a position is important because it exposes a target slightly earlier, and so you don't have to dig as deep, and then you can take this and that target on the blend and then move on that one. In PCSL at this match at Nats, there was not a lot of opportunity to do that, and
Mm-mm.
if you were
The
making
pistol
the
especially
effort to
was
do that, oh yeah, go ahead.
the pistol especially, the targets were not terribly complex or challenging.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're trying to like make them that hard, you are sacrificing attention that you could be spending on some other aspect of your stage plan that was definitely not burned in.
Hmm.
So I'm going to paraphrase or sort of repeat back to you, and then you can tell me I'm wrong. Um, a,
That's
a
not what I
way
said.
a lot of the pistol targets presented, if you wanted to squeeze out maximum efficiency on that, the sacrifices for doing so, the sort of mental and cognitive load for trying to be a half second faster through this particular sequence of targets was going to bite you on some other technical component of the stage, even if it was simply the transition from rifle to pistol or the reverse. And so you couldn't sort of separate, so to speak, just on shooting pistol really well and not also be separating on shooting rifle really well.
Yeah, I think that the people who performed better than me, absent my obvious like stage blunders, like absent all that, people who like shot these stages technically as well, if not better than me, were not doing so. They were not placing ahead of my performances on stages because they had a better stage plan or whatever. Like it was absolutely like they had just solid shooting across both of the rifles and both of the firearms, and like just understood what they could do and they did it. Turns out that that matters regardless of what you're doing.
Did
What?
either of you switch from center fire rifle to pistol caliber?
We don't have PCC that is something that I would want to take to a major.
Did you see a
All the
lot of people
reliable
doing
ones
that?
kick like a mule, and all the soft ones don't feed.
Was that a viable choice for people to shoot particular stages with 223 and then switch to 9mm for other stages?
Oh, I don't know.
Nobody on our squad did it, but that doesn't mean it's not viable. I have no exposure to like this aspect of the multi-gun world, and so anything that I'm aware of is like something that Travis mentioned to me a little while ago, and I like filed it away for like useless gamer bullshit that I may use at some point, but it's not important now.
So next time it'll be 5.56 and 9mm again.
Yeah, yeah.
And you
Our
guys
Perfect.
were
our
both
rifles
in
shoot so flat.
comp
I don't think that like having a PCC would make it better.
and you both were in competition division or
Yeah,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
I didn't really see a difference in scores if I like sort of mentally handicap people that
between
the
difference in scores between.
competition and practical.
I don't think. I mean, I think it is aesthetic personally.
That's what it looked like. Just being very naive to min maxing PCSL, just looking at particular shooters, which division they happened to register, and the sort of times and hits they were getting. It seemed like the execution challenges you described earlier were much more important than the technical capacity of the two different
Yeah,
divisions.
Hmm.
yeah. I think I don't recall off the top of my head what division he registered for. But Brian Nelson, I think, might have been practical division. And I was looking at his I saw he posted an Instagram reel about his gear that he's bringing to Nats like a week prior, and he's got like like 40 grain like varmint bullets that he reloaded for like super soft like run of the mill ammo, and some 55 grain whatevers for anything that's like a little bit further distance. But like if that's like practical division loadout, then like it's an aesthetic choice. Like like let's just be honest, like we're playing a game. The gear is going to evolve to fit the division rules, and if you want your gamer rifle to be like gender affirming desert tan instead of anodized green, like fine. I don't care.
So it'll be competition division for both of you next year,
Yeah.
assuming no more. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's the difference for pistols?
It's open guns versus I think the compensator puts you in competition. There's no power factor, so I think it's just a compensator. Oh, and the mag lengths.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that's true.
mag capacity. Competition gets 30 rounds, 30 plus 1, and practical gets 20 plus 1. But
And that didn't.
I would be shocked if the ROs were actually counting based on the scoring that I saw. some ROs were a lot more lax about hits than others. I'm very
Hmm.
used to like regimented, well-run majors with ROs that are like very, very anal about it. And yeah, it's different game, different sport.
A more relaxed vibe across the board is what
Yeah,
most people
Hmm.
characterize as.
yeah.
I
I hope
mean,
Yeah.
to
you
see the
also have
scoring
stage
change.
DQs. What do you
I
mean?
didn't. I mean, I said I hope that the scoring becomes more standardized and stuff like that. I had to tell an RO that two targets that I FTSA'd or FTSA'd. Uh, I didn't shoot through steel on a stage, and I like ended the stage like unloading my rifle, staring at the steel. They didn't want to go back and like pick up my pistol and shoot him. So the RO like handed me the tablet, and it's like some alphas, charlies, and deltas, and I'm like, where's my where's my mics? I put two mics on there, and I didn't get any penalty. I didn't get like the FTE penalty for that. That I realized on the drive home after like the arbitration period. And I was like,
Huh.
fuck. So I hope to see stuff like that improve as the sport like continues to mature. But I mean, overall, I think the experience was very close to what we get at USPSA. So it's
Hmm.
hard to do more than nitpick.
Is this going to shape for either of you ways you train, even for your primary game?
Kelsey, what do you think?
I don't know. Me personally, I still have a goal of advancing kind of as far as I can in USPSA. And so that is still kind of my primary. And so right now, PCSL is just like a fun playground for me. Um, and so given that, I think that I will still probably focus on my pistol skills, and then, you know, every once in a while we'll go do a rifle training session and that'll be fun. But at least right now I want to level up in USPSA, so I think that'll still be my primary.
Oh, sure. I guess I, like usual, didn't really ask what I meant. The things, so you had to recalibrate your expectations, right? So you're driving down there and
Sure,
you're like,
yes.
hey, we're just going to have fun. And then things don't go great for a couple of stages, and you're like, I'm not having fun, right? I should be better than
I'm
this.
here
I'm
to
having
have fun.
fun.
Right. Like, I'm here to have
Yes.
fun. I don't care about this game.
I
And
have no ego. I don't know these people.
I'm not embarrassed by that stage time.
No.
Um, uh, what I meant is, are you going to take that experience and will you that shape ways you train for your primary game, right? To sort of
Mm.
the ways you got exposed by the, especially
Hmm.
the cognitive and execution demands of an unfamiliar
Oh,
sport. Do you
yes.
see ways to say, hey, even if this is just going to be my fun outlet when I register for it next year, although I'll be more prepared for rifle,
Hmm.
going into this next year in pistol, I'm going to push myself in these specific ways because changing the context brought things to the surface that I didn't see otherwise.
Yeah, yeah. I think for me, like you kind of alluded to, I think the stage planning and especially the long stages, I think that I'm going to be practicing that. I've been kind of following Katon. Katon, of course, is lovely and shares his thoughts about his training as we just talk. And so I was exposed to his kind of visualization process. And so that's been something I've been playing with in the last few months. And so I'm going to be experimenting more with like what is the appropriate visualization work look like for me, um and then how do I figure out how to extend that a little bit so that the sheer volume of the stage plan is not quite so overwhelming, and I don't get obviously lost through my stage plan. I can at least execute what I planned. So yeah, that was kind of the big one for me, outside of just like hard rifle skills.
How
I
about
think
you, Caden?
my takeaway is that I'm going to be doubling my uh, practice stage lengths, durations, round counts, however you want to do that. I need
Hmm.
I found that like the duration of the stage itself was definitely something. The complexity of the stage where you're given effectively one stage, but there's a bunch of different views where you have to like pick your target sequence, and you have to do this twice, once for pistol and once for rifle. And so you don't get like imagine you do like an IPSC walkthrough where you effectively get like one look at everything, and then you like spot check details, and then like that's it. You're off the stage. If you do that like once for pistol and then again for rifle, like if that's all you have, you run through, you make two stage plans on like one stage, and then you have to execute both of those back to back. I think that makes for a really interesting and novel challenge that I haven't been exposed to in this degree before. I think I think having like at a major where they've got like the one large bay with like two mini bays, mini stages
Hmm.
set up in there, and you do like one thing and then the next thing is like two short courses. It's like a whole match of that, but it's sometimes it's like 22, 32 rounds per gun, and you go shooting the other one. It's a
So it's
lot,
like having
man.
doubled up field courses where you
Yeah,
run them
yeah,
hot.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
And the other thing that I forgot about PCSL, that the things that like PCSL demands of you relative to like USPSA, is the physicality of the stage is much higher. I
Yeah.
found that there was a lot more running and positioning that mattered in PCSL that I was not challenged on in most cases in USPSA. You'd have like a couple of field courses that were like really fucking fun, and you had to like really book it. And at PCSL, there was like a
It was
15-yard
like every other
sprint
stage.
frequently,
Yeah.
and there was just no shooting to be done during that sprint. Like you just had to like run it.
Yeah. No optimizing beyond your own sprinting capacity.
Yeah, and then you had to do like some challenging rifle shooting or like distance rifle at the end of that. So like you can't be winded, or you have to figure out how to like be stable and winded at the same time. Fun stuff.
Yeah, that was a fun
But I
challenge.
Biathlon training.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
That'll be really, really exciting and make for great content with all the snow that we get in Washington.
We have a biathlon training center a couple hours up the road from here.
We could get some
U.S.
Oh,
National Team
sweet.
trains
rollerblades.
there sometimes. Yeah, you could do rollerblades. You could
I would
sprint.
look really cool
I'm
with
sure that'd be very
rollerblades and
popular.
an air gun through Seattle. Skin tight
No
suits.
air gun. Just go to the Walmart parking lot, like do wind sprints on your rollerblades, and then set up on one end of the parking lot and hit some tin cans.
That'll be great.
Hell yeah.
So again, I've never shot a PCSL match. There's no PCSL matches within a few hours of me. It's pretty big in New
Oh, same.
Hampshire. So 4 hours from me. They they have pretty much all summer long, but they do a
Hmm.
lot of one gun, and a lot of their two guns is kind of bay limited, and so
Yeah.
it'll
Hmm.
be close paper with a rifle, and then transition to a pistol and shoot the other paper and the steel. And when I see videos of that, it sometimes looks a little bit formulaic. It looks more like, hey, run through the state. It's just running two stages back to back,
Yeah.
and there's less of a balance versus a lot of the videos I saw coming out of the match you guys just shot. You could see the people who really excelled at it. They kind of had a balanced approach. Like they were not doing things in places, and I don't mean like skipping targets. I mean maybe not running as hard somewhere so that they could run harder later.
Yeah, for sure. I
Like
think
maybe
that
don't give everything 100% so that you still have something left at
yeah,
at the end of stage 11.
you got to
What?
optimize to make the shooting easy. And I told myself and Kelsey that at the beginning of this match, and I didn't do that. It's just
You made this
everything
you made the
everything got
shooting hard.
100%.
And did you guys pre-walk? Were you able to
No,
pre-walk stages?
no, we didn't pre-walk the stages. We ended up driving out. We got in like 11:30 the night before we shot, and then went straight to it, finished shooting, and then immediately drove home. It was like
Hmm.
16 hours, something from Washington to southern Utah.
And you'll be back there for Factory Gun next year.
Yeah, Yeah, but I'll be flying that time, so I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Just
We
like
found the limit of what we want to drive.
yeah, it's not fun after 12.
So it's not at all the same thing. I'm just reaching for a comparison. So when I dabble in single stack, right? One of the problems with single stack is you don't have very many rounds.
Yeah.
And so
Mm.
all the work you've done on blending positions and all of the work you've done on like transitioning efficiently is absolutely moot if the gun isn't loaded.
Yeah.
Um, and so
True.
the people who are good at single stack, that's a non-issue. They're focused on blending, they're focused on efficiency, they're focused on that. But when I shoot single stack, I have to be focused on making sure the gun is reloaded, or else all of that other stuff falls apart. And it sounds a little bit like some of the technical
Hmm.
challenges of managing two guns and sort of managing higher round count stages sort of prevented you from doing the kind of skill expression you might normally be interested in because the sheer mechanics of navigating the stage sort of took precedence, or they should. And if they didn't,
Hmm.
then you got to the end of the stage and there's two steel there and your pistol
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
way back.
I got to the end of the
Fine.
stage and it felt like it went really fast, faster than it should have, and I wonder what did I miss? It's two steel. Yeah.
The RO comes up to me. He's like, "So you missed a couple targets back
I
there." It's like,
know.
"Yep, yep, thank you."
Do you want that? No.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the big difference that I noticed, and for context, like the first competition shooting that I did was um Kelsey. It was
Like the
Tim's
mini
mini
three
action
gun.
three gun. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was exactly the same kind of thing. Like it's bay limited, it's steel. A lot of the body for that competitive group was Tim's friends from
Old
the
cowboys.
Cowboy Action League that participates in the same club, and so you you've got the people with their Cowboy Action carts with the all the regalia and the other cowboy bullshit on it, and they've got like a some of them have their Cowboy Action shotgun, and some of them have like an actual like modern semi-auto and a PCC hanging off of it, and their pistols, and it's just like Steel Challenge is set up downrange, and they're grumbling that they have paper now that they have to score and paste, and it's and they're used to just like slinging their 10 power factor loads at something 10 feet away. It's like the size of a barn. And
Hmm.
I'm just like, this sucks, man. This was like fun, but like fun once. And I'm better. I'm
Yeah.
I'm beating these guys because like my hips work. So what's the point? Like I don't know, man. But like comparing that experience and then jumping into USPSA for several years and then shooting PCSL, like this is exactly the multi-gun that like I always wanted, which is like just USPSA but like two guns. USPSA but like we have a rifle now. And I hear shotguns in the future. I don't think I'm gonna play. Just keeping a shotgun running sounds worse than keeping an open gun running. But like having hit factor scoring where the accuracy still matters was a really, really fun challenge shooting gamer rifles at gamer distances after or before shooting a pistol the way I'm used to.
So,
So
real quick, I'm gonna
go ahead.
step out. I have to go grab my charger, so I'll be right back.
Unacceptable.
Shaking my damn head.
Wow,
Yeah.
rude.
Uh-oh.
Cut it off. Cut it off. Um, and so 4 stages a day is closer to shooting 6 or 8 stages a day.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Like the amount of time you spend like in your major schedule with the AM and PM squads, it's exactly the same, if not a little bit longer. We started we would start at like 11:30, and on day two for like the PM squad we started on um 11:30 or whatever. I forget the schedules now, but like you start just like a little after lunch, and we run out of daylight at like 5:20. We had to stop shooting, or like we stopped like official shooting, and like if any shooter decided that they were comfortable with the amount of daylight remaining, they could shoot their stage, but like half our squad didn't complete, and we picked it up the next day. So it's
And
still
I,
like
I,
oh, like 5 6 hours shooting.
because that's often the complaint about sort of conventional three gun
Yeah.
is you spend a long time because stage times are long,
Yeah.
stage managing multiple guns,
And
etc.
I like the way the administrative stuff that they have set up is pretty good. Like we didn't spend a lot of time waiting for people to load their guns, and we didn't spend a lot of time waiting for stages to be reset. Like all of the challenging aspects of resetting like rifle targets that need to be pasted at like 150 yards. Like we had a couple of arrays at like 150 yards ish on one of the rifle bays, like 11 or 12, stage 11 or 12, and they had either like a golf cart or a dirt bike that would drive down, score the targets, paste the targets, and then come back every shooter. And they were back before the rest of the schmucks with pasters finished with the stuff inside of 30 yards. So like
Yeah,
the
that was super
administrative
good. I
stuff
really
at
appreciated
this
that.
match was like fantastic. No complaints. The reset between shooters didn't feel like it took longer than a USPSA match would. They're just long stages. Like it just takes twice, three times as long to shoot them.
5 minute walkthrough, or
Yep.
Hmm. Sometimes we got 4.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, all
But
the
yeah,
all
right
the
in there.
USPSA matches are like 4 minute walkthrough, 3 minute walkthrough. All right, you looked at it once, like fuck you, make ready. But yeah, I think the administrative aspect of handling multiple guns is done pretty well by PCSL. It didn't
Hmm.
feel like it was a problem. You just you just have a lot more shooting to do.
so are you guys
Yeah,
going to
they
bring
were.
it home to run a local match where you are?
I would really like to. I need to figure out what all is involved and how much of a commitment that would be. But I'm definitely interested in organizing or helping to organize one at a club nearish because
Hmm.
damn, that was a lot of fun and I want to play more.
So this sounds stupid, but I can't be the only one who thinks this. The principal reason I'm not interested in two gun is I feel like I haven't accomplished what I wanted with one gun.
No, I
And
get you.
Yeah.
if I broaden my horizons, I will just sort of decelerate. And so I have to think of ways, if there was a match local to me, I would go shoot it because I enjoy shooting. But I would have to figure out ways to feel like, hey, this is cross compatible, where like I'm working on a body of transportable skills as
Yeah.
opposed to I'm specializing. I mean, this is why I don't shoot PRS. Like PRS looks like a lot of
Yeah.
fun, but it's just a giant pit for me to fall down into that with its own learning curve that's not transferable.
I'm really glad that I shot one PRS match in January, like 11 months ago, because all of the practice that I put into like prepping for that match, specifically like how to build a mount behind a rifle, and I am
Hmm.
not good at that. Like I'm not good at that game. Like let me be clear, I'm not. I did terribly, but the fundamentals that I had to learn were important, and like how to negotiate them were really useful for refining how I shot the rifle and how I like taught Kelsey in like 2 hours how to shoot a rifle. Um, Really important for refining that, and for the positional shooting that we did at PCSL, like how to brace off a prop or how to like prone out and monopod on your magazine to shoot something super far away, and like what you're looking for when you build a position that's stable instead of fast. All that stuff was like super useful. So I think that like it's if you if you can like dip your toe in the water without being compelled to jump all the way in, um, it's really good to dabble. The broader your horizon, the more stuff that you will be exposed to. But if I had more time, I would be shooting more PRS, and if I had more time, I'd be traveling more for PCSL, and I'd be shooting more majors at USPSA. Like, fuck, man, it's a problem. It's all so fun. It's super hard to prioritize. I think the best way to like make it feel cross compatible or like demonstrate that there's like an overlapping skill set, um, is it like the rifle shooting has to get to like a certain competency to where you're not consciously shooting your way through the rifle section of the stage, similar to how it is with pistol. But like once you're at that level, I would expect, and I'm don't feel like I'm there yet, but like I would expect that like once you hit that point, then the execution aspect of multi-gun can only pay off for uh, single gun shooting, one gun sports. I can't imagine that like running around with a weighted vest is not gonna make you feel like you're running really really fast once you take that off. I also
Yeah, I
have
mean
not
within
trained with a
reason,
weighted vest,
obviously.
so I don't take my word for
Yeah,
that.
I was about to say within reason. Like, if you adapt too much for because I'm a gamer at heart, right? Like
Yeah,
if you give me a game or a challenge, I want to play it. Like,
yeah.
and I want to play it
I
the
want to
way sort
optimize.
of absolutely. And so I dabble in bullseye, and bullseye is actively counterproductive
It's an
for
extremely
Yeah,
stalled
true.
game
for,
in
for
ways that are not
practical
helpful
shooting.
for USPSA.
And so when I'll shoot in a bullseye league this winter, and I will have to make a choice relatively early in the season. Do I want to have some of the lowest scores in my club, but shoot it like it's just hard targets at USPSA? Or do I want to right one-handed, or do I
Yeah,
want to let myself optimize for that and just
Mm.
have these as parallel skill sets that don't really interact other than they're both shot with a handgun.
I
And
think,
and again, PCSL is really really close, and so I
yeah,
get that you're adding a dimension of rifles. It's hit factor scoring. It's good enough accuracy as efficiently as you can. So it's not that kind of golf, but it always makes me leery. I mean, it's what
yeah.
kept
I've
me
seen
out
you
of
zero
NRL
your pistol.
22.
I think you'd have a great time shooting your bullseye league exactly like that.
I mean, that's probably how I will.
Yeah,
Do
Amazing.
that
they
is
have
the
the rapid
lowest
fire
build drill that
string?
I've ever seen, but boy, it was certainly not slow fire.
Yeah, see, well, rapid fire for bullseye is one shot every 2 seconds.
Holy shit, blazing.
Uh,
Slow
Wow.
down, buddy.
two 5 round strings at 10 seconds or less.
Dang, you
Damn.
got you got a switch in there or something? Like, sheesh. That's crazy.
Yeah, I got one of those 1911 switches.
Yeah, yeah. I
They
took a
don't work.
file to
They
the
don't work on
seer.
the 80s series. Yeah, they don't work on the 80s series. Series
Yeah, Jeremy
80s
said don't
need
do
not
this,
apply.
so I swiped extra hard, and this thing just runs like a sewing machine now.
Yeah, I don't even have to pull the trigger. I just have to drop the
I just
slide.
shake it. The Taurus special.
Uh, so, what was the most fun stage you shot, Kelsey? Like, just the most, not necessarily you shot it the best, but you're like, that was a
hmm
blast. I need more of that.
Gosh, I can't remember which stage it was. I think it was like four, 3 or 4, somewhere in there. It was the second day. I felt like I could finally hit my groove. And there was a stage where the rifle targets were relatively easy. And so, compared to some of the other ones that we had started on. And so it was one of those where I felt like, oh, I got a glimpse of what it could be executed like. Like it felt more smooth like I'm used to in the USPSA. And so that one was just like super fun. Just to feel kind of like successful and like I was enjoying, like I was doing what I wanted to. Um, but then there were a couple other stages where, there was one where there was the steel, what was that steel or that 4 stack of paper targets out there? Was it like 150 yards or
150
something?
yards. Yeah, that was like
Yeah,
stage 11, I think.
I think
11 or
so.
12. It was one of the rifle bays, and it was just super long paper.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean that there was stuff like that where it was a really technical challenge that I had never really encountered before. And
Yeah, that's the first
like
time you've
that's
shot
fun.
further than 100 yards
Period.
ever.
I don't think I've shot 100 ever. So just like a lot of fun, like cool, I've given it my good honest try. I saw what the rifle did. We'll see what the hits were. But like a fun challenge for me. And I find that with the matches, like it usually takes me a stage or two to get into the mindset of like, I'm here to have fun, I'm here to learn, I'm not here to necessarily like blow somebody's socks off with how I perform. But once I can let go of that, then I really enjoy encountering these technical things that I kind of have to solve along the way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That stage had it was like the prone position at the back, and then
Hmm.
up front you could shoot that same paper from like a wobbly bridge. There was like slats on a not like a rope, but like that kind of idea. So it was
Like that,
wobbly in like one axis and not
yeah.
like just suspended and you could like swing forward or backwards. It was just a normal wobble.
Like a playground
Yeah, yeah,
bridge that you go
yeah.
over. Yeah.
And so we had a 3x magnifier that we were sharing between our rifles, and I put the magnifier on for a target before getting onto the bridge, and then there's two AC zone sized steel at I think they would be at like 60-ish yards from the
Yeah.
bridge in that shooting area, that you have to shoot from the wobbly bridge. And so you get up, and I have my magnifier on, and it's only like 3x mag, so it's not like significant, but like I look down, I shoulder the thing, and I see my sights on the steel, and the dots just like jumping everywhere, and it's magnified. I'm like, wow, this is really distracting. This is a huge problem. I should not have left this on, and I missed the first shot, figure it out, and then like put a hit on steel and move on. It's like, that good to know. Like I would not have
Hmm.
experienced this many other ways. Very novel context for this information. Don't look at magnified optics while you are unsteady. You will stare at
Hmm.
the optic and not the thing you're trying to hit.
And that's the
And it
thing too.
wasn't
It's
sort
like
of
there was
time to flip it off.
Well, would that have
not
taken
brain.
more time than pulling the trigger again?
It
What
depends how many times
how
you had
many
to pull the
times did I
trigger to
pull the
hit
trigger?
it. Yeah.
I did the math back of the napkin on my little gray matter, and I said I can just pull the trigger again.
Just shoot the bouncing smear.
Yeah, time the smear so that it streaks across the thing when you pull the trigger. I think that's a good.
What more can you want?
It is a strategy for sure, and it worked for me. Um,
Therefore
don't sting me
reinforcing
if
it.
it misses when you try it. That would be a technical
I
skill issue on your part.
If that was stage 11, I think the winner shot a 3 factor on it, right
Yeah,
around 40 seconds.
yeah. Well, yeah, the hit
Yeah,
factors
that's
on all the
true. Yeah.
PCSL stuff are like air quotes low because I'm used to shooting pistol games, but like when you have that much stuff going on and there's a lot of non-shooting activity on the stage,
Hmm.
both because of the way the stage is designed and you have to like manipulate two guns, the hit factors depress a lot. And so like the high hit factor stages are like 7 most.
Wild.
And I think this is sometimes then a criticism of hit factor for multi-gun, is if you don't design stages carefully, you can end up with a match that's 2 and 3 factors.
Yeah.
And once you end up with a match that's 2 and 3 factors, then efficiency on the close paper with a pistol becomes irrelevant
Yeah, it's
because
effectively time plus
at,
because
at a
a Charlie's a
yeah,
7.
exactly. Once you get down to the 2 factor range, it's like, well, you should actually make up all your Charlies.
Yeah.
Like consciously. You should look at the hole, re-index the gun, and shoot the alpha.
Yeah. I shot most of
But when there's
the
so much
match with like
going
a
on,
7 or 10 hit factor. I shouldn't have done that. The delta's
that
really
sounds like more fun.
it was a
That sounds
lot
like
more
more
fun.
fun.
I loved pulling the trigger on the rifle. It felt awesome, and I put 4 rounds on paper that required 2, and I had a great time doing it.
Well, I've seen you run a rifle. It didn't take you very
It
long
did not take
to
long.
put
It
four
was a
rounds on.
good time.
It's like 0.36 seconds, 4 rounds.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
So what ran better? Were you shooting your actual open gun or just your Shadow 2s?
I ran my Shadow 2. I didn't have time to shoot the open gun enough to make sure that it would work. And I knew we were going to a range that was going to be covered in moon dust. I didn't know what the open gun would do. So I was just like, I've done the bare minimum prep. I'll just bring the guns that I'm comfortable with and feed it factory ammo and hope for the best.
Did you have the same cheater break on your gun, Kelsey, for your rifle?
Did I? No,
Your
I had
pistol
the
brake.
JP.
The
What did
JP
I have?
recoil eliminator.
That's it.
The silver, the stainless
Really
steel
fucking
like
stupid.
tank brake looking thing.
So
Yeah, it was a
yes,
good time.
I
Yeah.
mean maybe a different, but you had the same benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like the gun just
The
does
way you
this.
got there was pretty swag, but like the end result is yeah, your rifle doesn't move.
yeah, yeah. It was very lovely. Katon treated me right with that build.
So all the movement was you, right? It's
Absolutely.
you on the bridge, you on the braced
Yes,
position. It's you, even if you're
yes,
taking multiple
entirely.
shots.
Hmm.
That's fun. I mean, it's fun because, and I think it's easier to get a rifle there than it is to get a pistol there and have it work.
Oh my man, yeah,
For sure.
People who try and get their open guns to behave like that, their guns don't work.
it's a lot of
Yeah.
work to tune a pistol to like they, I mean like mechanically you can tune a pistol to like shoot flat, but there's so much tuning the shooter behind it that goes into shooting a
Hmm.
pistol flat that it's such a moving target and it's almost impossible to like tune a gun for someone else. I don't know how some of these gunsmiths do it. It's crazy. But like it's really if you understand what you're doing and it's a lot easier to understand what you're doing building a rifle, it's hard to build a rifle that doesn't work. It happens all the time still. But
Did,
it's
did your
you
guys'
can
guns
build
run for the whole
yeah,
match?
100%. We just fed it PMC X-Tac and PMC Bronze and
Hmm.
they just chugged along. No
It was
concern.
it was wonderful to not have mechanical issues going on.
Yeah.
Like you said, all us.
All the
Because
issues are
you
software.
used to shoot a, maybe you still do. You used to shoot a 320. Do you still?
I shot that for one match. Now now I shoot a Walther PDP, steel frame.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it blew up in its one match and did not return to another one.
No.
Well, hopefully somebody else is enjoying it now.
Yeah, someone is.
Right. Yeah.
It runs for
Yeah.
them.
Continuing with the let's jump in feet first and see what happens with that match.
And so you've been shooting the PDP for a while, so that just
Yeah,
probably.
it's been about a year. Yeah. So very comfortable.
Yeah, got the steel frame with the ZR Tactical long stroke guide rod.
Yeah.
This is fucking
Oh,
flat.
the people we're making fun of will never hear this, so it's okay. They ain't got time for this. They've got units to train.
They've
That's
got
true.
law enforcement
Tragically.
to perform mediocre in front of.
Whoa, cold, cold.
Dude, law enforcement won't know that this is like the smoking ass A-class run you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, damn.
They won't know that you haven't put down better than an A-class classifier in the last 3 years.
It's true. Target audience.
Well, in fairness, neither have I.
I keep putting my hundos and carry optics in the wrong division.
Yeah, I did that last year too. It's like shoot Riverdale standards with my CZ, and it's like, wow, that was a good 95% run in open. Uh,
Yeah, sick.
yeah. So what else about the match would you want people to know? I got to think for folks who normally listen to Jeff and Jeremy, about a third of them are pretty PCSL savvy, and about 2/3 of them are not. Not least of all, our foreign listeners, a bunch of whom I met a couple months ago, which was kind of awesome.
That's sick.
Cool.
And I don't think PCSL has jumped the oceans in to any large extent yet. I'm sure with Max's connection, it can.
Yeah. I was looking for Pavel's videos before I remembered he posted them on Instagram and not YouTube. And he's got
Hmm.
a PCSL match. I'm totally blanking on the country that it's from. I might have
Poland.
open. Poland? Yeah, probably. Oh well. But yeah, there's some international presence at this point, and I think it would be cool for it to take a foothold outside the U.S. Man, but what should you know walking in? Other than like the usual match prep, like make sure your shit works, bring
Hmm.
spare parts, all that stuff. Hard to say.
You should probably watch some videos about administrative handling and to see
Mm,
the different kinds
Yeah,
of
true.
administrative handling the different
yeah.
stages will require, whether it's a drop mag, and what that looks like, different ways you can or should stage a rifle.
Different ways you can like
Hmm.
wear a slung rifle and then transition
Yeah, I was
between
about to
both
say
of
like how you want to wear a
them.
slung
Oh
rifle. You
yeah.
probably should.
Consider the gear that you use. I have for USPSA I have a belt with all Henning T900 mag pouches, the magnetic ones, and I don't drop mags off my belt in USPSA, but
What if you hit
it
him with a
turns out when
rifle?
you put a rifle on your body and it like swings around your torso and you get in and out of a car stage prop, there's plenty of opportunities for your magazines to be knocked off your pouches. And this is like the first time in 3 years that I yard sailed my entire belt and mid stage and just had no reload to reload to, and I had to go run back and pick a mag
You
up off
you
the
ran
ground.
up you ran up range, grabbed a mag, and
Yeah,
got back to work.
yeah,
I saw that video.
I
It
had
looks
like
great.
half my pistol targets to shoot. Like I couldn't just stop.
It looks like you had left a mag in the car because you got out of the car, the
Yeah.
mags all fell off. You start shooting a bunch of stuff. It's like, oh darn, I left my
Oh,
mags in
dang
the
it.
car.
That's
Yeah,
exactly.
I like reach back to my belt and it's just like empty, and then like pouch behind it empty. I'm like, fuck! And I had to like sprint back, swing the door open again, pick the mag up off the ground. I like dusted it off on my pant leg while I'm running to the new position that I planned to be at. I'm just like, please, 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 just work.
So some administrative handling sort
Yeah,
of, and if you just watch a couple of videos and get a sense of
make sure your
what
gear's
the
like
different
appropriate
strategies
for
are.
slightly different contexts. Like
Hmm.
there's gonna be a lot of there's going to be more silly bullshit that you have to do that you wouldn't expect to do at a USPSA match.
Yeah, that's very true.
And how about you, Kelsey? How were you running a slung rifle?
Yeah, there were a couple stages where it required a sling and people were doing fancy stuff with flipping it around. And I was like, there's absolutely no way I'm going to do this. Like, I know my skill level and it is not that. So I just like shot it with like slung in front, shot the pistol, worked around it. So more practice with the sling. Like you said, the administrative stuff would be very good. Um, that was something that I personally like. It was like my highest priority in my stage plan was to make sure that the guns were safe and I was not like flagging somebody. Um, so that would take a lot of mental load off to have that just be more automatic.
Yeah, and that's like a week
And,
of
and
dry
you could
fire.
probably do that in hours of dry fire,
Yeah,
right?
Right.
Like not weeks, but hours.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
easily. That's the other reason I was really glad to be shooting competition and not practical division, with like a suppressor, because a lot of people figured out in those stages that your suppressors get really hot when you shoot them, and when you sling them without regard for where your muzzle is, you, you melt your cries.
Yeah.
Yeah, you all of your synthetic fabrics
Oh yeah, you get a nice new
will stick
suppressor
to you.
wrap for like half your can.
Well, and you get a pretty cool branding
Oh,
if you're
true.
really good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good stories.
Make sure you get like a nice textured can so you get a cool pattern. Like some like
Yeah,
the cac ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The cat, or you could do. Oh, you could even get a nice end cap stamp.
Ooh.
There you go.
People pay good money for those.
Someone will.
All right, so yeah, if again, it looks like a really fun match.
It was
And
fantastic. It was like a brutal 3 days for me,
Hmm.
but it was extremely fun, and I am absolutely going to be attending next year.
Hmm.
I don't think you can do a worse thing to yourself though than driving straight through to be at a match.
Yeah.
Some people feel good about that, but I do not feel good about that. I don't like without at least a day to not be in the car.
Yeah. We we had kind of gone back and forth and looking at it this time, it was nice to have kind of over prepared gear in the car. It was nice to have space to throw everything we thought we might need. Um, and now we know what we do need and what we don't, and it's very feasible to fly next year, and that'll make the experience a lot better. But, even though it was brutal, I don't necessarily regret the way we did it this year because it was nice to be over prepared.
I regret it. I hate you. You did it to me.
That's okay.
If you shout really loud, can you hear that?
Probably.
um, anything about the range? I know a ton of people have shot at the rebooted
Sups.
subs, but
It's good range. Very nice.
Yeah, it was
The
great.
freaking sun, man. It
Oh,
was
that was
it
rough.
was brutal. We
the sunrise
so
looked awful.
the
Well, and
one
it was just
like
winter sun,
yeah,
so it's just low in the sky all day.
yep. And it just like arcs across the bay. It doesn't like disappear overhead.
Yeah.
Um, the one thing, another like shout out to like the administrative stuff that this match did. Apparently Max said that the target presentations east and west were considered so that there would be as few like shooting into the sun in the morning or evening uh, occurrences. Like that stuff would be as minimized as was reasonable. Um, and at least I don't know what the stage is. I didn't have like an inside look at stuff, but like we didn't have very many opportunities where like it was just sun
Hmm.
immediately behind the target. You had no idea what you were doing. Like it still happened for sure, but it could have been
But
a lot
really,
worse.
not as much as it could have been. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and if it does happen, it happens. But you don't want it to dramatically alter the results on a match
for sure.
because
Hmm.
one schedule shoots into the sun for two big bays and
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody else does.
yeah, exactly. Like some of the high point stages, if you like mirrored it the opposite way, it would still be the same stage, and there wouldn't realistically be a new stage plan that was like viable. But like you just be fucked on some 30-yard, 40-yard target presentations that is just directly silhouetted by sun. Like there's just no way, no one's optic is like clear enough or like shaded enough to isolate how much of your dot is where it needs to be behind the
Even if
actual
you
surface
rubber
of the sun.
band 6 inches of cardboard onto the front of it.
I saw some really creative sunshades for some optics. It was awesome. It was very cool. I
And
ended up putting like a business card that I or no an ammo box that I like folded into like a U like a sunshade shape, like 2 inches forward of my Holosun 507 comp that I was using for my rifle, and I used like athletic thumb tape to strap it to the dot because I forgot my electrical tape, and it worked pretty good. Uh, it was interesting to see that like yeah if the sun shines straight into the front of the optic, it will reflect the entire emitter like array onto the glass. Like I see the dot and I see all of the like the LED and the board construction behind it reflected onto the glass. Like there's just no way around it. So you either
and
occlude
the
or
sun's
you
coming
like
through the
block the
front of the
sun.
glass, so
Yeah,
it's not coming over the top. It's yeah, you're shooting at the sun. Um,
exactly.
and so the play for this style of match is a red dot and a magnifier for a couple of targets.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it seemed to be that way. I am not proficient enough at shooting rifle and shooting LPVOs that have a good 1x on their 1x to state definitively whether or not like something was better or worse. I'm also not proficient enough at shooting targets further than 100 yards with my flip up magnifier and my red dot to state like what was better or worse or like effective. A lot of this stuff happened for me the first time at this match, or like the context was like whatever. So I found that I was not limited by my 3x mag
Hmm.
more than was reasonable. I there were definitely stages
And
where I
you
was like,
saw both
I would
strategies,
love
or
I would love to have like a vortex 1 to 6 right now. Like I see why some people have that. That would be really useful for this stage. But it was like one stage out of 14 where I was like,
okay.
I really wish I had that. Everything else was like, I'm totally
Hmm.
fine with my red dot.
Yeah. Didn't feel that I needed the magnifier except for that one stage.
Yeah. I would love having an offset red dot on my rifle for that match, even though I'm running a 1x whatever with the flip magnifier. Like there's still instances where it is faster to just rotate the rifle to the offset than it is to like flip the magnifier.
Hmm.
Like there are just some target presentations where it was like something close, immediately bracing for a long shot, and then something close immediately afterwards. Like there was no time afterwards after that, and there was a you were locked in that position or in that spot in the shooting area until you finished shooting those three targets. So I think that
And
like it's an interesting gear choice to make.
and
Optics are
there's
super
not a
interesting.
there weren't like brutal leans for the most part. It was more.
There was one, but that was kind of it.
Yeah, not nearly as many as they could have put in.
Yeah. There's like a flashy, like hard offhand lean for right-hand shooters
Hmm.
on stage 4, 5.
I think it
It
was
was the one
4.
that we like didn't finish shooting and then we made up the next day. Was that
Okay, so
stage
that was
4?
4, yeah.
Yeah. So stage 4 had like a hard lean, but that was the only one that you were like kind of required to do.
Hmm.
And it was easier to switch shoulders or
Oh no, you just lean out.
lean. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone switch shoulders. I don't
Uh-uh.
think that
Well,
happens on the clock.
well, I'm morally opposed to hard leans,
Yeah.
um, because they're not hard leans if you're really tall.
You can just put a laser aiming module on your rifle
Valid.
and then you don't have to lean.
This is true.
You just
Yeah.
fucking float it out there. It would look sick as
Yeah,
hell
no.
too. $3,000 to
I
not
mean,
shoulder your rifle. What do you say?
Perfect.
I'm sold. I'll take two.
You
One
can
on each
miss
side.
really cool, man. Check it.
Yeah. All right. What else about the match? Again, sounds like you had a great time. Format works. Match admin was really well. The vibes are sort of great. Your only real
Hmm.
criticism is just the vibes bled over into the scoring. And you're like me, you want everybody to get exactly
Yeah,
their score. Because we
yeah,
are keeping score, right?
yeah.
It's
This
not.
is this is a scored
Exactly.
event, so I would hope that maintains consistency. I don't know. I didn't really think that I had like a whole bunch of other negatives.
Oh, not negatives, just
No.
other thoughts
Yeah,
too.
or
I
thoughts.
mean, does this finally convince you that you need to do some cardio? Because I know you've got a really
Yes.
fast 100, but 120,
My
and you're
my
just
101 is a little slower. It drops
right.
off.
It's like shooting 22 at 400 yards.
Yeah. Yeah. What you hit 400 just falls off a cliff.
Well, it's like 8 9 feet of drop shooting standard velocity at 300, and it's 36 feet at 400.
Yeah, that's how it feels. Once the stage time
Uh-huh.
hits 30 seconds, I'm it's over.
Do you breathe? You're pretty good about breathing when
Yeah.
you're.
Yes, I breathe,
How about
but
you,
I did
Kelsey?
notice that I was holding my breath during certain rifle sections. Like he'd
Yes.
pause for the first shot, and then I wouldn't keep breathing during like
Yep.
that
In
that
between shots.
like 4 to 8 shot array. Uh, and
Yeah, that's true.
that
I'm used
didn't
to the
help.
pistol where you can, and it was a lot more obvious with the rifle that like A, you need stability, and B, you also need breath. So
Yeah.
how do you manage that within that array?
Well, and the
Uh,
default is just to stop breathing, right? Like as
yeah,
you, as you
Right.
as you stop breathing on the first target, and then you don't start breathing until you move.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. You can definitely hear like some not gasping, but like unusual breathing patterns during my rifle POV video.
Yep.
It does pick it. You can hear you sucking wind in your video. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's something. I think that that's
To
definitely
me,
like
that part is appealing.
yes,
I wish we
Yeah.
were allowed to do more physically strenuous things. I'm not interested in running a 5K and shooting 6 rounds,
Hmm.
no,
you know, every kilometer. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. But if you, in USPSA, you'll run into either a range master or feedback from NROI if you start to push the sort of physical limits of
physicality.
the average competitors.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They complain.
Boo.
People will shut you down It's
Yeah.
it's like they
Troy
don't
wants
want
to
it to
be
be a
able to
track
shoot your
meet.
match without breaking a sweat.
I
So,
mean, just you know, at a local match, it makes sense too, right? So you know, if 2/3 of your shooters are my age and older, like we don't bend that good, we don't run that fast, and ah, you know, it gets hard. But
Yeah.
I like the concept of physically stressing the body and then
yeah,
shooting hard things. That's
yeah,
interesting.
I
Like
thought
having,
the
even if it's just
athleticism.
15 yards, and then having to be stable enough to hit a 60-yard little piece of steel from a shaky bridge. That's cool.
Yeah. I thought the athleticism demand was really interesting, but it was like the context, like you said, was it made the shooting during the stage challenging rather than
hmm
it being a another aspect that you are graded against a different competitor. Like it's not
Exactly,
specifically that
right?
I have a
well
better
said.
sprint than this dude. It's that I managed my physical ability and my shooting ability better than this dude.
hmm
Exactly that is not, so you're already being graded on rifle and pistol.
Yeah,
And so you don't want to be graded on rifle and pistol and fitness.
rifle and pistol and
Yeah,
being able to breathe.
Right. but but rifle or pistol or rifle and pistol and physical stress is interesting.
It is for
And
sure.
you don't need much to add physical stress, right? Like a little
mm-mm.
bit of an unstable platform.
Right. That so yeah, that the stress is reminds me of another thing that they did. They had a shoot off event at PCSL Nats, and it was like an official stage that they added to like the vendor section or like time block
hmm
that people usually do to like make sure that the sponsors are happy and that the squad flows correctly and blah, blah, blah. But like they added like a shoot off section for that, and so like you'd go to that spot, the whole squad gets sorted into a shoot off, and then like you just go for it and someone wins. And that was really fun. It was like it's cool to participate, it's fun as hell, and they had like a a DJ, like the staff in that bay was like a DJ and an RO with a mic and like
And
a
an
Milwaukee
MC.
with like the air horn attachment. It was awesome. It was a great like very like across the board. The whole thing was a lot more chill than a USPSA match, and like this was
hmm
absolutely one of the things that contributed to that. Like they were playing music, they were like goofing with you, everything was still being run like safely, and the targets were being pasted and all that stuff. But like it was explicitly for fun, and
hmm
the
Well, and I love that shoot off stage, right? Because
yeah,
it's we don't get to compete head to head
No.
yeah, and like competing
unless
head
you're
to
at a
head is
big
very
match.
stressful. Like watching someone beat your time or like put down a time that you're not sure that you can beat is definitely stressful. But like that's not something that
Hearing them
is
hit the next piece of steel before you've transitioned to it is
yeah,
a different kind.
yeah, watching like hearing them finish the plate rack and you're not done with yours is the worst. Like that kind of stress in real time is something that you just can't replicate by like watching scores and watching people shoot.
hmm
It is so fun.
Yeah, that was
So, how
great.
deep did you guys go in your brackets?
So it was like random matchups. I got matched up with the best guy on the squad, and it was like,
You
there it is.
yeah, you were
That's it.
immediately knocked out by Aaron Edens.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yes.
yeah,
No
No
mercy. No mercy.
none.
none. Absolutely none.
It
Did
was
you
Um
make
great.
it to the second round, Caden?
Nope.
yeah, I
Okay.
made it to the second round and I lost to Aaron Edens.
Oh, he was taking out the whole family. That's
Yeah.
horrible.
I
Like, it's
think that like
terrible seeding. Like,
if
he's just
I
got to,
had
like, climb to the top on a pile of Binghams.
Yes.
nah, no kidding, man. I think the shoot off format, the way they scored it was like there was three paper that you shot at the beginning with the rifle, then you transitioned to pistol and like you cleaned a plate rack, navigated a wall, and then like knocked over the final like stop steal. And so the paper was scored to anywhere rather than anything else. Like it was just scored as to anywhere by Kelsey. Um, and so like adjusting my strategy in retrospect would have made the matchup a lot more close. Um, but
Did you shoot alphas?
I made up what looked like a mic. It wasn't a mic, and it took a long it took a long time relative to make it up. And so I would have preferred, in retrospect, to just send it and hope for the best. Because if it's a shoot off, then like you either win or you don't. So get it over
Right. You're
with
not going to be
fast.
scored on how close you were, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
But
did that stage was not then part of the overall results?
wasn't counted for anything. No scoring. No anything. And I think short of like killing a competitor, you can't get DQ'd from the match for participant for like mistakes that you make there.
Hmm. And they had a nice little like mini prize table there, which was kind of a fun touch.
That was crazy. They had a deeper
Yeah.
prize table for the squad shoot-offs than most majors have, like full stop. Like PCSL has done a really good job attracting sponsors that want to like give something that the shooters care about. And I think it would be really cool if USPSA had literally anyone else responsible for attracting sponsors.
Well, in fairness, though,
I'm not interested in being
there,
fair. I'm interested in delivering zingers on someone else's content platform.
but nobody is going to put a thing on a prize table I want that's relevant to me shooting USPSA because I've already made my gear decisions before I've ever gotten there. Versus if you give me rifle gear, I will probably use it. I'll have a rifle I can put it on, right? Like you can give me a brake that's not a brake I would buy, and I'll put it on a rifle and somebody will use it. You can't give me a holster, right?
Wait, you don't
Because
want a
I've already
fifth
made my
GX
choice.
holster for your shadows?
I don't. 3 is enough. And I like the holsters, but it's like, and if you're a sponsor, why do you want to give out certs? You know, you're not putting your thing in people's hands. You're just giving them cash.
Yeah.
Versus if you give somebody a rifle dot and you're a good dot manufacturer, so that's like one of about 4 companies, but you give somebody a rifle dot, it may not be the one they would choose, but they'll probably use it. And then they may choose it in the future.
Yeah.
But that's really hard to do with pistols, right? Like nobody, if somebody gives you a base pad and it doesn't fit with your other base pads, what are you going to do with it?
I immediately
You're going to
gave
sell it
to
for
my
50%
squad
of
mate.
its value, or you're going to
Exactly.
give it away to somebody who needs it, right?
Yeah.
And so USPSA is a terrible sponsorship prospect versus, you know, PRS, like, oh, look at the amazing prize tables. And it's like, yeah, because this is all stuff that people will use,
Yeah.
that
And
they're
there's, like, whiz-bang
spending
stuff
thousands of dollars
all
on.
the time.
Yeah. Versus in USPSA, we all want the things we want independent of, you know, a sponsor's gear. Nobody's going to jump dots because they got a free Holosun. They're just going to sell it on Beanos if they don't like Holosun.
Yeah. Or it's like, yeah, I got an O-side off the prize table and it's going on one of my 22s in the safe for the once a year it gets shot.
Yeah, well, at least you're sort of using it. I mean, instead of selling it
That's
for
the good
40% of
outcome.
its face value.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best outcome. But you're not recommending O-sites to people.
It works for me.
But I bet if you pull the HS 512 off the table, you'd be like, oh, actually, there's some merits to this. You know, you shoot it for a while on your rifle. You're like, yeah, I like this. And somebody's like, oh, should I get one of these? You might be like, yeah. But, you know, I don't know.
Fair point.
I just don't think sponsorship makes much. There's not value to sponsors. And so the ways you would have to change USPSA to make it valuable to sponsors would make it worse to shooters.
I think we should have a jumbotron at the range, and we can do like kiss cam videos, and
See how many divorces we can.
we
Yeah.
can have like
Divorce,
a big like
sponsored by divorce attorneys.
yeah big banner every time someone gets DQ'd with like a crowd face reaction. That would be great. This DQ's
I mean, I do
by,
like the live times.
low. Yeah, I mean, you could display like scores or something useful, but like we could also humiliate competitors. Think about it.
All right, I thought about it. What am I supposed to do next?
Okay, next idea. I'm all out.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's good.
Well, I appreciate you both talking about this. Again, the videos looks like a lot of fun. I can't see myself flying to shoot my first PCSL match, but maybe that's how.
fair.
Maybe
Come
I'll take a page
on.
from you and
Come join us.
Maybe you
just
can
jump in.
accidentally plan a vacation where a
Yeah.
PCSL match is being held and accidentally be provided gear to shoot it.
That's true. I have so many off meta rifles too.
Yeah,
That
you should bring one of those like weird pervert builds that you have to a match, and assuming it doesn't cost like $1 to shoot each time you pull the trigger,
oh
that would be a
no,
great time.
I mean I don't like bringing joke guns to a match because I have too much ego.
I
invested
genuinely
in the
believe
result.
like
I
your
just
guns
can't do
aren't
it.
joke guns. They're just terrible in the most.
Yeah, there's just
way.
off meta. I mean,
Yeah.
well, they're like key mod and ACOGs.
Yeah. Things that people have just collectively decided aren't good.
Right, I do have an 18-inch rifle gas AR with a A1 stock and
Yeah, that's
a
sick.
key mod rail. I mean, it shoots beautifully, pretty far off meta. So if you're gonna bring a joke gun, then you've got to be like Brian Nelson and still
Yeah.
beat people with it.
Yeah.
Because the problem for someone like me is, hey, I would finish low mid pack, and now I'll finish lower mid pack. Like that's a bad use of a novelty gun. I should just borrow the correct gun.
Yeah. I was thinking it would be
And
really
take
fun
that out of
to
it.
shoot a PCSL match with my Garand with a red dot, and I was like, that would be that would be really silly. And then I thought about doing a 30-round stage with 8-round clips. I was like, that would not
Right.
be as much fun.
No.
That was a lot of reload.
No.
4 clip loads. I've seen video of somebody shooting a 3-gun match with Garand, and it looked neat.
It looked fun for about a stage, and then
Yeah, the
you
close
think about the
paper
whole
gets
day.
absolutely
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
But boy, that's a labor of love for sure.
No, I think I would borrow a gun. That's probably the best way to dip my toes in it.
Yeah, I would agree. Well, we've got a spare
Come
one
hang
to
out with
save
us
if we
next
ever
year.
Go to the same state at the right time.
Yeah, well, exactly. Maybe I'll join on your guys' squad. Make you feel a little bit better about yourselves.
Oh no.
Get rid of all
Perfect.
those top 12 finishers.
What a shame.
Yeah, we need a pace car. Would you mind?
So
what does like a
it wouldn't
technically
be a pace
competent,
car.
well executed mid pack run look like? Saul, would you demonstrate? All right,
Yeah.
beat that.
It's good. It's good to know who you are.
And for everything else, you can just lie about it.
Uh-huh.
That's true too, right? All right. Well, thank you guys both for coming on. Don't immediately disconnect because it takes a minute to upload.
Yes, sir.
I don't have a catchy closing. Kelsey, what? Deliver on demand, unrehearsed.
You also come
Send
join
it to
us.
PCSL stage. What's that?
There it is.
Oh, you got to say it.
Oh no, I was reacting to Katon.
I know. You can say what he said.
Yeah.
Fuck
Go
you,
for it.
fuck you.